Hello. My gosh, hold on. Maybe I can get more light. I look pale as hell. Well, I'm coming off a winter. What do you want from me? Hold on. Let me get some more light in here. See, I tried to do this in my kitchen because I was like, oh, I'll have more light. That turned out to be a lie. Hello. Okay. I have so much I have so many cool things that have happened to me lately, you guys. Like, I have a lot to catch up on. I've been extremely busy, not just with work and orders and family. Like, it's all been a lot lately. Um, yeah, life happens. I have all these videos so that I have to do that I couldn't fit in from the vlog, the 12 days of Vlogmas. Just I'm busy. It's awesome, but like I said in my community post, I feel bad for YouTube because I actually really like making content. But anyways, let me just kind of just get down to business what I've been doing. So as I think you all know, COVID really messed up a lot of people's flow or whatever. And it did for me definitely, I would say, because in the film industry, everything was just like for like a really long time. Then, dude, I mean, last year too, it wasn't as much as it usually is, but I feel like this year, 22, dude, things have, I mean, they've just like exploded for me. And let me tell you what I've been up to. Um, I didn't assign an NDA for any of this, so I can talk about it. I think. I mean, I didn't sign anything. So let me tell you what I've been doing. Okay. First off, in the month of what are we? February? Was it January? It was January. Yeah. At the end of January, I got hired to be a wardrobe assistant on a Louis Vuitton shoot out in White Sands, which is in Alamogordo, New Mexico. So I actually have a Louis Vuitton, legit Louis Vuitton credit on my resume now. Isn't that awesome? So I'm really excited about that. In fact, I had a hold on. Hold. Let me slow down. Look, look, look. I have so many things to say. Um, okay, so the Louis Vuitton. I don't know if any of you follow me on Instagram, but I posted photos from there. We had turtles, we had child talent that I had to wrangle and take care of and try and keep clean. It was absolutely insane. Um, I Some of the pictures I had to take from like other coworkers' Instagrams because I was so busy. I hardly got a chance to take any pictures. Even though they did say no social media while on set, I did abide by that. But some people still did it or whatever. But I kind of waited until my gig was over to post anything or really talk about it. Um, so pretty much, I don't know if you've been following or know of, I guess, the current campaign that they're doing for LV. It's like different parts of the world, the children open up these trunks, these huge antique Louis Vuitton trunks, and they open it up and it's like a portal to another part of the world. So from what I was told by the people on the set, they've already been to, I think, Greece, Morocco, Austin, and now White Sands. I don't know if they have anywhere else that they're going to be filming, but the White Sands one was quite um it was quite a production. Definitely a multi-million dollar shoot. Jeez, man. We had like 80 people on set. There were like 10 or 10 children maybe talent that they had one side of the desert. It was like for still photography, which is just like the kids are posing with product or whatever, and then they had another part which I was a part of, called motions, where they actually filmed the children running in action and all this stuff. It was quite an experience. I would say this is one of the biggest projects that I've ever been on. And I thought the Lancome one that I've done before was a big project. That was like my breakout gig that I've done. It was like the first one I've done. But no, this Louis Vuitton thing was freaking huge. They had me, I spent 4 days in Las Cruces, New Mexico. So the first day I met up with my team and my boss and her other assistant that she brought with her. And we're just kind of going through the wardrobe, organizing it, getting stuff ready for the next day, which the children would come in. And these children were not local. They came from all parts of the United States, California, Texas, just wherever they could wrangle beautiful model like children. You know what I mean? Which, duh, like, of course, they're going to want the most beautiful children, but it is quite, is it culture shocking? I don't know. Aesthetic shocking? I don't know. When you're around so many absolutely gorgeous people, it is kind of like, kind of takes you aback when you're dealing with that kind of, I don't know what you would call it, that kind of like perfection. So the children were so cute, they were great, I was wrangling them. We had to walk from our base camp in the Louis Vuitton thing once like everything got started. So in the morning of the shoot, we were shuttled from Las Cruces, where we were in our hotels, all the way to White Sands. And they had, I mean, things that I've never seen before. They had actually, I believe there were actual family members from like the Louis Vuitton lineage or whatever there at that shoot, as well as like the big heads from the actual corporation. And so we were there. They had amazing catering. Again, it's probably like the best catering I've ever had. Um, we got the kids ready, getting yelled at, doing stuff. We had to walk a mile and a half into the dunes. So, where everything is like super quiet. You cannot see other visitors to the park around. Because, mind you, while we're there filming this, the park is still open to the public. So there's people walking around looking at us like, what the hell are you doing? It was insane because as we were walking, the wardrobe people were, and some of the PAs, but it was mainly us wardrobe people. We were in charge of the talent. We were walking these children without their parents into the desert. So we had to like kind of babysit them and take care of them. So it was a mile and a half in. At the same time, it is just a revolving door of production assistants and people helping with carrying the gear. They had all kinds of stuff from Louis Vuitton. They had Louis Vuitton teddy bears, skateboard, backpacks, duffel bags, purses. They had this huge. Oh, okay, maybe like as I can't, you can't see it in the camera, but like my arm span or maybe even bigger vintage trunk from, I don't know, the family, wherever they store this stuff for this company. And it was quite a sight to behold because they had to hoist this massive trunk. It was like $100,000 trunk with two poles, and six men had to carry this gigantic trunk through the desert to the destination we were going to shoot. So it was just like that revolving, people going back and forth carrying things. Um, it was a lot. It was a crazy day. At the end of the night, the children are just so exhausted from working as the night. And I don't know if you knew this, but like the desert can be really hot during the day. Like, obviously, I think a lot of people know that. But what a lot of people don't know is that at night, the desert can just drop temperature like 30 degrees. So as the sun was going down, they were still kind of shooting because I believe there was like a sunset part they had to kind of capture. The the rangers were there watching us, and they're like, okay, we have to go, like it's going to get really really cold soon. And it was like, it really was getting super cold. So we had the children, we had a bunch of the hand warmers. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those. They're like little sacks that you break and then you kind of rub together, and it activates whatever the hell is inside of it, and it gets hot. So the kids had these hand warmers like all in their gloves and their clothing, and I had them wrapped with blankets, and we have to like walk back in the darkness. Mind you, I mean, there was a path that the rangers set up for us so we wouldn't get lost. And it was set up by like little cones with lights on it. So we would just follow the cones back to where we're supposed to. But, like I said, the children were absolutely exhausted by the end of the day. I was exhausted, and some of them would just like stop walking and they'd, you know what I mean? Like, like just about to collapse, like just so tired, you know what I mean? And so, like, at one point, me and some of the other people, we'd have to like pick up a child that we were chaperoning, and we would like, I'd be carrying somebody's kid and I'm just like walking through the desert trying to get back to base camp. Just fucking delirious. You know what I mean? Like fucking delirious. And this kid I was carrying, this sweet little boy, he was so tired he would not even respond to me. I was just like, okay, let me pick you up. And he was just like, man, it's crazy. I mean, it's not that they overwork the kids by hours because that's illegal. You can only work the kids, I think, like 8 hours a day or something, or less than that. But those kids really, they worked really hard for the time that they were on set, and it was so crazy, guys. Like, I trip out because someone on my Instagram the other day, and that's not even, I got another project that I fell into less than a week later after that wrapped. So let me talk about that in a minute. But like, one of the models that I used to work with that I've met um locally, which is like El Paso, Las Cruces, I started out trying to be like a fashion designer, like a Shrinkle when she would design stuff, like Lime Crime when she would, I'm a problematic person, but when she would design clothing. So like, I started out my college years trying to aspire to be that. And eventually, I just kind of fell into being a seamstress and just doing photo shoots with people for like almost a decade, just having fun, having photo shoots, making art. And I think I've said this before, like, it's crazy to think that all those little things I was doing for fun was actually like like a training for learning how to do wardrobe, learning how to deal with people, learning how to do all this stuff. So this girl on my Instagram the other day, she's like, what did she say? She was like, wow, you've come a long way, or something like that. And I was like, yeah, like, who would have thought, all these little things that we used to do, which, if I think back now, all the money I wasted doing all these like little photo shoots, which didn't make me any money. I would just lose money, but I had fun for the art, right? For the photographs, would lead me eventually to doing something like this. Um, so it was just crazy, like coming to that realization, like, I've done some cool stuff. So that was fun. That was a very good gig. And then what else? And then so I got off on that job on the 31st. So doing that. And then of course before that, I have things with my family. I have other jobs I'm working. I'm with my grandmother. I'm with my kids. They're busy with their stuff. So I've been busy. I have some orders and I have to finish everything before March. That's the third thing I'm about to talk about. Let's get on to the second, why I've been so incredibly busy. Again, like, I've been busy. I had right as I got off the Louis Vuitton thing, I got a call from the same production company that hired me through the not the actual Louis Vuitton people. It's like, how it works is like they'll call a local production company and they'll subcontract through them like all the other positions that they need, like drivers, production assistants, wardrobe assistants, um crafty people, like all that. They have to hire like the local company to like branch out and get all these other positions that they don't have locally, you know what I mean? So that lady from the production company locally, she's like, hey, we have a short film feature coming up um this weekend and partly into the next week, for a wardrobe, and you can do the whole wardrobe. Would you be interested? And she was like, well, it's a short, the rate is not what you're used to, but I was like, hey, dude, money's money. I wouldn't have made this money anyways. So I was like, yeah, I'm down. I'm down for, as long as I'm getting paid something, I'm down to do it. And then I found out like what the project was called. So, and you can look this up. I saw the article on Yahoo. Local filmmaker, writer, two guys from here in El Paso. They won the Hornitos Blacklist film grant. They give out a few. quite a few, from what I understand, to people internationally, and they won one of them. So they have this film grant, and they made a movie. It's called El Pavo Bravo, which I believe it means like the brave turkey. Um, and what it is, it's really funny. From what it is, it's a film about luchadors. So like El Pavo Bravo is the name of the main character's luchador character, but it's also about this guy that he uses this luchador character as like a front to a band that, in the story he got really famous worldwide, super famous because of this luchador band. But he also wanted to make, I guess, what you would consider legitimate music from the heart, and not this like campy thing where you have to put on a mask, like, I don't know, like Slipknot or Mushroom Head or whatever the fuck. So the story, he has a love interest. So there was a really cool story, and I thought it was really funny. These two guys who wrote this, it's pretty interesting. So I did the wardrobe for that, and it took 3 days, 1 day of prep, and then 2 days of filming. And then I got to meet. There was an actor. His name was Abraham. I think his last name is Halad or Halad. Um, Forgive me, Abraham, if you see this and I'm butchering your last name. I do apologize. And then we also had the main actress was Jessica Mraz. If you are not familiar with Jessica Mraz, she played the character Menagerie on the CW show Supergirl. And they're both from El Paso. So everyone that worked on this short film was a local at some point, which is really cool. So they kept it like super homegrown. So I got to meet Jessica Mraz and Abraham Halad, and they were the main characters. Super cool people. Like, it feels good, let me say, to be treated like a human being on these sets, because let me tell you, you guys, I've been abused, okay? I have taken, and this is a thing about some of this industry with short-term gigs, you will be abused, okay? And I got some thick skin, so I take the abuse. But on this short film, everybody was super cool. Everybody was just so down to earth. The actors were like, "Hey, can I help you move this? Pick this up. What do you think of this? Can I wear this?" Like, it was just like so laid back. It was such a nice breather from the normal verbal abuse I get when I work these gigs. I'm sorry to maybe make your mood go a little south saying that, but it's the truth. I have been just given so much shit throughout the years on these things I've been doing, because I would say I've been doing film work on and off for about 10 years now. And I've taken some beatings, let me tell you. I've been called fat, I've been called stupid, another word, what, like, use, like, just let fucking hey, like, just fucking abused. I've been criticized how I eat. I mean, like, dude, legit abuse. But you know what? It's fine. And the great thing I always say about these jobs is that as long as you're getting paid, which I'm sure in another 10 years, my attitude on this could completely change, because I would still consider myself like a newbie, right? Um, once the abuse is over, you never have to see these people again. You get paid. You never have to it's not like you have a 9 to 5 job where it's your career and you're stuck with working with horrible people till you retire, and it causes you to have like hypertension and shit like that. So this is a positive, and that's how I look at everything. And I told my friend on this other gig, I was like, because she was like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, you were given so much shit and you're just trying to work and do your best job, coming onto this. And I just tell her, I was like, look, man, every time I get on one of these gigs, I expect to be just treated like utter shit. And when I'm not, it's a nice change. So, um, I always have that attitude, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Because if it's the worst, you already got your shit together, you're already prepared. And if it's the best, well, then you don't have nothing to worry about, right? So that's my attitude on this. So that was January and part of this February that we just went into, right? Um, and also just to tell you, I'm making stuff for people. I started really getting into, and I have some tutorials about making bags with Capri Sun packets and bags with um ramen packets. I have tutorials on this. Well, of a woman I know that actually owns a store here. She hold on. My husband's texting me something. Um, she took an interest. She's like, "Hey, dude," because at one point I think on her Instagram, and I'll talk about this, and I'll post all the links for everything that I can in the description after this video post to my channel. Um, she was like, "Hey," she had been looking for local vendors to stock in her store, and I was like, "Hey, consider me, whatever, whatever." And I was thinking like clothing wise because that's what I do, right? But I also always forget, like I make little things like bags. So one day I posted a clutch of a barbecue Lay's bag that I made, and she was like, "You know what? If you make more of these, I'll put them in my shop." So I was like, "Okay." So I look, dude, my shit's been busy. I'm so sorry. Not sorry. I'm just been really excited, but again, I feel bad because my YouTube channel has been suffering because of it. So I made quite a few little coin purses and bags from ramen packets, all kinds of ramen packets, cereal, like just everything. You know what I mean? So right now they're at her shop, and if you want to look it up online on Instagram, her shop is called In Bloom EP, El Paso In Bloom EP, and you can buy the stuff online. She can ship it to you. So you don't even have to be a local to purchase the things that she has in her shop. She'll ship it to you. So that's another thing that I've been working on too, the month of January, just trying. And I made this really cool like duffel bag, like a gym bag kind of, but it's still like purse sized, of the ramen packets of red and green of the Sapporo Ichiban, or however you said, Sapporo Ichiban, those ramens. And I made a bag of that and I posted it on my Instagram, like just kind of marketing the stuff that I'm about to fill at her shop. And I actually got a a message from the actual Sapporo Ichiban Instagram, like legit. And they're like, "We love your bag. We love what you're doing. Can we post this? Can we repost this?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course. Like, just credit me." They're like, "Well, we can't post it for February. We're already kind of like, um, we already organized everything that we're going to post for February, but we'll post it in March and we'll tag you in it." They're like, "We really like your bag, what you've done with our packets." And I was just like, "That's cool." So I hope that helps out the shop because she's already sold a couple of my little coin purses, but I think I still have the Sapporo Ichiban bag is still at her shop. I made a similar one in the Walmart Great Value crispy rice cereal in that same fashion. And then just a bunch of little coin purses. I have some in other types of ramen, Cheetos. What else? Mostly ramen, but I think that, yeah, that's about it. And then I also had some of those like paintings that I've done on my YouTube where I'm doing like mixed media with like the old vintage wrappings from vintage notions and stuff. So those art pieces are also in her store because I took those the other day because I always had the intention to sell them, but I never like I was like, well, where am I gonna put this stuff? It's hold on. Okay, sorry, my husband's like trying to order shrimp cocktail. Um, Last thing up, all the orders that I have right now, with the exception of one, Miss Nakiri, if you ever see this, that the last part of your order will probably fall after I come back from this gig in March because I have quite a few things that are due at the beginning of March, and I have up until March 5th to finish alterations and orders that people have ordered throughout February because I'm going back to Van Horn to work for Blue Origin in March. Oh, so I'm like, and and driving my car back from, let me kind of back up. Driving my car back from Las Cruces when I drove for the Louis Vuitton thing, I jacked up my car. It just, it's had a knock in the engine for about a year and a half now. And that round trip and some other, running errands in the area using my car kind of did it in. Like it's still working, but she's not in the best kind of shape. She like shakes, and when she's idling, sounds like she wants to choke out. Um, she needs to get fixed. So I'm pretty sure, like, and right now trying to buy a car, forget it, dude. They want like a 1998 Toyota or Corolla or something for like 40 grand. Like people are fucking nuts. Um, so in March, I'm going back to Van Horn. Hello. Um, let me see. So yeah, I'm going back there. So everything that I have ordered, I have to finish it up until, I'm gonna give myself maybe like till March the 3rd. And then except for Nakiri, your top, that'll probably have to be finished after I come back from Van Horn. But I think pretty much like where your order is right now. Um, I mean, by that time, we'll just need like one more piece to your order. So, and again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm just talking to a viewer that has bought something. So hopefully she sees this and she's like, okay, that's fine. But I always keep in touch. So like it's fine. But that's just how I'm kind of like pacing myself. I was hoping from the first visit, like I had passed the vibe check for this production company. Because again, the one from that Blue Origin hired for us to do all the stuff that we were doing. Because I think I told you, I don't know if I did, but I was just like, I'm a PA for that one. I'm not doing anything technical, nothing wardrobe related, because this is all like technical stuff. So I'm just like a PA with somebody else, and we're just like the lunch ladies and lunch men, and we just feed the crew and run errands for them, chauffeur and stuff like that. So I'm pretty much like a lunch driver, but they treated us like super good too. And everybody was cool. So I was like really hoping I would pass the vibe check. So I would be called back. And sure enough, at the end of January, one of the production coordinators was like, hey, Sarah, can you come back for round, what is this? 8 of a human launch, round 7 human launch. I don't even know. What is it? What is this anyways? I don't know. Jeff Bezos is sending all kinds of people into fucking space. When I was there last time, I think I mentioned it was for the Michael Strahan. I don't know who's going to be on this one. I'm sure you'll see it in the news. It's not going to be a secret to anybody. They're going to tell the world who's going to be on this launch, but it's going to be cool. So I'm going back to Van Horns. Like I said, I got a whole ass half of the month left to finish everything that I need to finish and just be ready for when March comes. I don't really have anything to do except for that one top when I get back. Um, Definitely gonna vlog that again, just like I did the first time. Hopefully they don't kick me out of my room. I get to stay in the same hotel room they check me in with, and I don't have to go to my husband's aunt's. But yeah, also I'm on a my hair's pretty long right now. I think this is not the longest it's ever been. I've had it this same length before, so it's pretty long. But I am on strike to cut my hair because I don't want to cut it until I lose 10 pounds. And right now, I'm seeing a nutritionist, and she's just like, when I first saw her for my first appointment, she was like, well, I need to see how you're normally eating. So I need you to do a food diary of how you normally eat. At that point, I was on keto. I was already like losing weight. And I'm like, I do not want to get off my diet, but I had to. So I see her on Monday. I've been eating like crap, you guys. I'm like, I'm already fat again as I was. So I'm going to see her. Hopefully, I'm trying to get on hormone therapy. Lady problems. I'm not, I don't know. I'm trying to fix something. I don't know if it can be fixed, but so I have to turn in my food diary. And then after that, I'm on an elimination diet. So we'll see what happens. That was the plan. I wasn't gonna cut my hair until I lost 10 pounds, but I just gained back the 4 that I had lost prior. So whatever. It's an ongoing struggle. I'm under doctor's orders. It's very frustrating, but I'm gonna trust in this doctor that she knows what she's talking about. So I'll let you guys go. That's everything I have to say pretty much for now. If I can squeeze out one of the tutorials that I still owe you for this channel before I leave to Van Horn, then I'll feel accomplished. But yeah, but I'm gonna be very busy. Once this video posts, like I said, I'm gonna link everything I've been a part of down below and in the future, so you can kind of check out what I'm doing. And if you have any questions on working in the industry, being a weird lady, all this shit, go ahead and send me a question or comment in the box below. Have a great day, everybody. Bye. Enjoy your weekend.